Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Why is Buddhism so popular among Westerners? Hindu Academy, J. Lakhani. So, this is kind of interesting. I didn't know it was popular among Westerners, but let's hear what he has to say. It's actually kind of interesting. I thought it just made it into China. That's a rough... I mean, I know it's spread all over, but I think it didn't... a lot of things not spread into China. But then how did it get to the West? Is it from China to the West, or did it spread out also from India to the West? Going through the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and to Western Europe?
In the West especially, Buddhism is becoming very popular is precisely this reason. The moment you mention a religion which has got a god, immediately the people are put off straight away, because this monotheist god comes with a lot of unanswered questions, lot of baggage, and it puts people off. So it's understandable that a non-theistic religion like Buddhism will do well, because it doesn't have this kind of arbitrary questions arising. Where is this God, and is it the personality? If he's a real person, why is there so much suffering? All these issues are no longer necessary to be addressed, because here we are talking of a non-theistic religion without reference to a theos. You see, the important thing is this. You may think that, oh, this is speciality of Buddhism. No, it's the speciality of all the Indic religions, 4 Indian religions. The word dharma, as I keep repeating, is not looking for a God in the heaven. The dharma is the word which says, let us resolve our human condition. Let us sort ourselves out as human beings. What is this all around us? Why are we here? What is our nature? What is the nature of this reality? And how do I live my life?
Interesting. You're saying because there's a non-God religion, but in the West, generally speaking, is very much deep into Christianity and all of that, Abrahamic religion. But I do see atheism kind of growing, but not really. I mean, people, I think, in the West still saw Buddhism as a religion with a god. But maybe this is in Europe. I'm not too sure so much in America. In America, I feel like people are still saying that they are religious, they're still Christians, but they don't necessarily they believe in God and kind of identify as Christians because that's what their family were, and they kind of have some following in Christian, but not so much. But it's more along the lines of, it's becoming more and more like, I believe in a higher power, and it's kind of the Christian God, but not so strongly anymore.
So this is why I feel like it's addressing the human condition, and Buddhism does precisely that. It doesn't talk about the hereafter, it doesn't talk about a God, it doesn't talk about heaven or hell. It simply says, can you sort yourself here and now, so at least the suffering that seems to be kind of embedded in humanity can be overcome. So whole of Buddhism is nothing but addressing the human condition here and now. It's a very pragmatic, a very practical religion. You may think, oh, this is something so dramatically different from Hinduism. It is not that different. Because in Hinduism, you've got different facets. You've got people who are so fixated on monotheism. Look, ask your parents or your grandparents. They are fixated on monotheism. They can't get away. This is this is how they've been brought up, and they're kind of focused on it. It's so difficult to pull them away. But for the new generation, monotheism comes with a lot of unanswered questions which push them off religion. So a non-theistic religion, I'm not saying an atheistic religion, but non-theistic religion seems sort your human condition out. There's something special in this world. Who are you? What is all this? Let's resolve our condition. Desires seem to arise. I try and chase after desires, and I keep getting whacked. And I get so much suffering. So I'm trying to resolve myself. Desires come on one side, and when I try and fulfill, I get whacked all the time. And this is getting tiresome. So how do I sort myself out? And you see, one of the beautiful answers is Buddhism, is resolving the human condition. But this is not that different from the idea of Hinduism, non-theistic Hinduism that I keep rubbing in. So it is not that different from non-theistic Hinduism. So both of them are much more attractive than a theistic religion, which is focusing on a God in the heaven.
Okay, hold on. There's something he said here that was kind of, maybe the subtitles wasn't right.
Here and now. It's a very pragmatic, a very practical religion. You may think, oh, this is something so dramatically different from Hinduism. It is not that different. Because in Hinduism, you've got different facets. You've got people who are so fixated on monotheism. Look, ask your parents or your grandparents. They are fixated on monotheism. They can't get away. This is their, this is how they've been brought up, and they're kind of focused on it. It's so difficult to pull them away. But for the new generation, monotheism comes with a lot of unanswered questions which push them off religion. So a non-theistic religion, I'm not saying an atheistic religion, but non-theistic religion which seems suit your human condition.
Good Lord, I was trying to pause it and this keeps grabbing. Whoa, I did not realize you could move that. Well, you learn something every day. And I just did. Okay, so unanswered questions. We push off them religions. So a non-theistic religion.
I'm not saying an atheistic religion, but
I'm not saying an atheistic.
Non-theistic religion which seems suit your human condition.
Wait, did he say that, or is it, man? That needs to get fixed.
I'm not saying an atheistic religion, but non-theistic religion which seems.
Saying it so fast, subtitles then.
Pull them away. But for the new generation, monotheism comes with a lot of unanswered questions which push them off religion. So a non-theistic religion, I'm not saying an atheistic religion, but non-theistic religion which seems.
Not saying atheistically, but non-theistic religion. So is there a religion that's non-theistic, but not atheistic? Which is kind of weird. Because either it believes in a god or it doesn't. Or is there something in between those two which I don't know about? But anyways, it's interesting. I don't see it necessarily here. I do hear a lot of people in the United States becoming more spiritual, where God is everywhere. I've heard that from a few people. And the monotheism is kind of dying out in a sense. I think because it's just so strict, and I don't know, and a lot of people are just not having time to go to church and stuff, so it's kind of you could say, I want to say, a dying cause, I suppose. I'm not sure how to describe that, but I don't see Buddhism, although I still think it's, I would not consider Buddhism a religion. Again, I like to say a way of life, because a religion is a way of life, but also non-religion is also a way of life. But I definitely think it helps for sure. Advaita Vedanta, Buddhism, I don't know about the others, but they're all, it says 4 religions in India. Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism, I don't know, I can't remember the other one. There's in Jainism, I believe, but are those the 4 ones? Can't remember. But yeah, I remember getting into Buddhism again in college, and it changed my life, even though barely touched up on it. World religion, and it talked about all the religions in the world. It stuck out to me because of a certain aspect of my life, and yeah. But anyways, I didn't know it was popular among Westerners. I'm assuming he's talking more specifically, perhaps where he's living in England. I don't necessarily see it in America. However, it's quite amazing to see Swami Sarvapriyananda in New York, Swami Taramananda. I don't know where he's at. I need to find out. There's I think a few other Advaita Vedanta teachings in America, and I don't know if it's growing or not, because I haven't seen where I'm at. I haven't seen anywhere I'm at. There is one close to a state near me, though. In the state over, there's one, but it looks like it's in the house, so it's pretty small. Anyways, that's my reaction to why is Buddhism so popular among Westerners. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.